Bringing the drama, commanding the troops, Lance Reddick. Good to have you with us.
It's a pleasure to be here.
What was the experience of shooting White House Down like? It seemed very intense in what we see on screen.
It was, well, first of all, it was very intense.
Yeah.
But also, it was, for me, it was really cool because it was very much of an ensemble experience. Because most of my stuff was in the Pentagon War Room with Maggie Gyllenhaal and Richard Jenkins and Matt Craven.
You were literally in the Pentagon War Room, or you were in a set?
We were on a set.
Okay, for a minute there, I thought that they let you in the war room. I was like, wow, that was at some access.
I mean,
right
I tried to do that, but I called up Barack, but he's like, no, man, not this.
no,
one.
can't do it. Can't do it. Did you have any advisors that were helping you get it all right? Because you're doing a lot of technical stuff, a lot of military stuff.
Actually, there was a retired Lieutenant Colonel Rick, and I can't think of Rick's last name. He was actually a lot of help and kind of directed me where to look for my research.
Oh. So did you learn a lot about security at the White House?
Well, no, actually, for me, it had more to do with learning about kind of what it is to be a general in the armed forces.
Fascinating stuff. You've had a really interesting career, but most of it has been episodic television.
Yeah.
What do you prefer in terms of the shooting schedules? You like to do TV, you like to do film?
Well, I mean, for me, it has more to do with the material than with, whether it's film or television.
Right.
And also, when you're talking about film, television can be so different because cable television is in some ways, is a very different experience than shooting network television.
Network TV, right.
And independent film or smaller budget film is a different experience than shooting a huge blockbuster like this.
Right, and you've done all the above.
Yeah.
Your work on The Wire, obviously, very, very gritty, and there's a lot fewer rules about what you can and can't do. And then Fringe is network.
Yes.
So that's a much different experience as well.
You play a lot of really intense characters. What draws you to those roles?
The roles seem to be drawn to me.
I feel like people see you and they see this very intense, authoritative person.
I mean, as far as the authoritative thing goes, I mean, I think that really didn't start until The Wire. And then that role became so iconic. And then because my role on Fringe, even though the personality of the character, particularly the first season, is so different than Daniel's, Burroughs is so different from Daniel's, in his personality, in form and function, he was so similar, that it just kind of turned into a thing.
Both of them are the guy in charge. Both of them are the guy giving orders.
Yeah, of the elite squad.
But you're also a very funny guy. You did some stuff for Funny or Die.
And College Humor, too. I saw that.
Yeah. Do you like to flex that comedic muscle because it sort of turns everybody's perception of you on its head a little bit?
Well, it's one of those things, when I first started acting, I mean, in drama school, I did all kinds of things on stage. I've done comedy and drama.
Right.
And I reached a point, particularly the past few years, where I just realized I just want to do more funny stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True or false, you were a comic book fan?
Yes.
Who's your favorite character?
My favorite comic book character? Wow. Probably Batman. Yeah.
Nice.
Is there anything, with comic books being so popular in film right now, everything from Iron Man to Captain America and the Avengers, would you want to do a big role in one of those big films? Would
I'd love to
sort of be the...
Oh, I'd love to do a big role. I mean,
So what would you do? How would you cast yourself?
Well, unfortunately, Sam Jackson
Jackson
got the,
Fury.
Yeah.
You want to be Director Fury, of course,
I wanted
right?
to be Nick Fury. And that's kind of how I thought of Broyles when I was playing him. He's like,
Right.
I'm Nick Fury. It's funny because somebody just recently suggested, and I hadn't thought about it before, Martian Manhunter. And I'd love to play him.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wanted to play Sinestro, but I couldn't get it.
But couldn't get that one on.
Yeah.
So when you go, I would assume as part of your sort of Fringe duties, you've got to go to a lot of these comic conventions.
Yeah, I mean, I was Comic-Con. In the 5 seasons that we shot, I went to, I can't remember if it was 3 or 4 Comic-Cons. No, I went to 4 Comic-Cons, 3 in San Diego and 1 in New York.
But unlike a lot of actors who do it as a chore, it was kind of like a working vacation for you. You got to go.
Well, kind of.
Yeah. So still kind of sure. You also have a music career. You have an album on iTunes. Can you tell us about that?
Well, once again, I started my whole life as a musician. I grew up studying music and singing in the choir. I went to conservatory I was telling you earlier, I went to a school in Rochester, New York. I went to school at Eastman School of Music. And I majored in classical composition. I thought I was going to be a classical composer.
Wow.
And then I left music school. I got married straight out of school. And I realized that I really wanted to be a pop star. I really wanted to be Sting.
Really?
And so I was pursuing that. And I started acting really because I thought it would help my music career. It was like a desperate...
That's crazy.
It doesn't make any sense.
Acting is your day job to support your music career.
And about 7, 8 years ago, I started writing again for myself. And what started as a songwriting demo kind of morphed into a CD. And so it's called Contemplations and Remembrances. And it's kind of a jazz pop rock fusion.
Do you get to play live at all? Do you get to do any pickup gigs?
Oh, you mean like out in the world?
Show up in a club and
I
sit
want to
down and
go.
go.
I'll go to your next show.
No, but it's been on my mind lately. Yeah.
I think you could. I think you could walk into a club and just sit down and jam, and that would be.
Well, yeah, except that I don't. Even though the stuff that I wrote for the album is in the style of jazz, I'm not really a jazz musician, so I'm not one of the. I'm not Cyrus Chestnut.
You could compose it, but somebody else got to play it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ironically, I went to music camp with Cyrus Chestnut.
Really?
Yeah, because we were both from Baltimore. Yeah.
Fantastic.
How do you balance everything? You just try to do everything?
Well, I mean, I don't get to. I really don't write as much as I used to. So I mean, I haven't written anything new in a couple of years, and so it's been on my mind lately. I mean, I started practicing piano again and singing every day and writing poetry to kind of get the song lyric going. Yeah.
Well, good luck with that, and best of luck with White House Down. It looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. Perfect kind of summer movie.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you, Lance.
It is out in theaters now. Check it out.